everybody, I have a brand new recipe for you today. We are preparing healthy fish tacos, and everyone that I've ever fixed this for has loved it. And I love cooking for people, period, but when you can fix something for someone and have it also be healthy for them, then it's like you're nurturing them in even more than one way. So I'm going to go over the ingredients really quick. It's super simple, super easy. It has tons of flavor, and the great thing is that all of the flavor really comes from lots of whole natural foods. Okay, so you have fish. I've chosen salmon because it is my favorite fish. I love the flavor of it, and I find that it packs the biggest nutritional punch. And I've got two about 6-ounce fillets marinating in just a simple Caribbean marinade, and I like to gauge as far as fish servings. I'm preparing this for 2 people, and so I always recommend about 6 ounces per serving or per person. And like I said, it's been marinating for a couple of hours. Then you'll also need for your mango salsa some green onions, a beautiful ripe mango, avocado, a couple of limes as well, and then the shell, depending on how lean you want to get with this, you can use regular taco shells, or if you want to make it really lean, you can use crisp, big leaves of lettuce. You can also use corn tortilla. This is a really easy recipe to make gluten-free, and there's only a few things that might have gluten, whatever shell you use being one of them, and perhaps the marinade. So you can make this gluten-free if you'd like. A little coleslaw or red cabbage. You can also use any kind of lettuce that you like. There's lots of areas where you can change things up to your liking. I like to use some kind of cabbage for the crispness. It adds a little bit of a textural difference. Just some simple seasonings, a little S&P. I like some heat, so I'm going to be adding some crushed red pepper, chili flake, and a little olive oil. And that's it. That's all you need. So if you guys are ready, we're going to get started with the salsa. Okay, you guys. For the salsa, I've just chopped up all of my veggies, and here we go. The chopped mango, dump that in. I've chopped up my avocado and then the green onions. If you're a little bit sensitive to the flavor of onions, just make sure and use mostly greens. I love onions, so there's a little bit of the whites in there. But you're just going to dump that in as well. And then for the dressing that goes on top of this, just a couple of tablespoons of fresh squeezed lime juice, a tablespoon or so of olive oil, and then some salt, some pepper. And you can be pretty generous with the salt and pepper because it's going to be salting and peppering the entire dish. So you're just going to dump that on top. That lime juice will also help keep our veggies fresh while we take care of our fish. And all you're going to do is mix this all together carefully so that you don't end up mashing your avocados and making guacamole. It would still taste the same, but of course we want to keep it pretty if we're preparing it for someone. Or preparing it for yourself. You want to take care of yourself as well. Okay guys, that's it for the salsa. Let's go ahead and get started on the fish. As you can see, I've chopped up my salmon into little bitty square chunks, and I like doing that because not only does it all cook really evenly and quickly, but it ends up giving kind of like a little bit of crust to a whole lot of the surface area of the little pieces of fish, which I really, really like. So that's the way I've done it. I've got just a little bit of olive oil in my pan. I want a medium to a medium-high heat. And if you guys are ready, we're going to go ahead and add this in and try to get it in a nice even layer throughout the pan, because you're going to kind of slowly turn each of these little pieces as you can with the spatula as they kind of accumulate that little bit of crispness, so that you're almost getting each side opaque, and then with, like I said, just a little bit of crispness forming on each side. But yeah, you can use pretty much any fish that you want. There's a lot of strong flavors in this dish, so that's why I really like salmon, is because it's got a little bit more flavor than some of the mild white fishes, but it can really hold up well in this particular dish. The only fish that I never recommend using is tilapia, and I won't get into that, but I'll just say there's a reason why I never use tilapia. And while a lot of people utilize it a lot because yes, it is cheap, I will say there is a reason why it's cheap, and you get what you pay for. So if you are somebody who eats a lot of tilapia, I would just recommend maybe you looking into it a little bit further before you continue to eat it a lot and or fix it for your family. There we go, getting a little bit of sizzle going. That's what you want to hear. And just that little bit of sugar that's in the marinade that I held this fish in, it allows each side to caramelize just a little bit. And like I said, just having that slight crispness around the outside, but then salmon is a good healthy fat fish, so it doesn't get dry. It maintains a lot of flavor and moistness, and I love it. So I'm going to slowly, as I notice it getting done on each side, turn it, and then we'll be back with the next section, putting this bad boy together. Okay, now to put it all together, whatever shell you're using, like I said, I'm using cabbage because I like the crispness. Arugula is also fantastic with this. The peppery flavor goes really well with all the other flavors. But I like to put whatever lettuce or cabbage that you're using down in the bottom. And I do this because it helps the shell, if you are using some kind of taco shell, from getting mushy or soggy. So it kind of helps absorb and prevent that. So I lay that down in the bottom, and then I take several chunks of my fish. And I did also put, in the cooking process of the fish, I sprinkled on the red pepper chili flake, and because I like my spiciness. But if you're cooking this for others, be aware that not everyone likes the spicy. So be aware of who you're cooking for and make sure that if you add that, they do like heat. If you're the only one that likes heat, then you can add it afterwards. And a couple chunks of fish, and then your yummy mango avocado salsa on top. Kind of spills out everywhere, but that's okay. I love picking those chunks up with my fingers. There you go. Slap a couple of lime slices around the plate and you're good to go. I hope you guys enjoy this as much as I do, and let me know what you think. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.